Yes, sir. We're back. I got me a little tripod from the house, so hopefully this works. That way I can flip my phone around in a circle when I need to talk to y'all, and then I can flip it back when I'm showing what I need to show you. So today we're gonna be working on this Acura bumper. It's RSX. Let me show you this real quick. I'm gonna flip it over carefully without breaking nothing, I hope. All right. As you can see clearly from the front, we got some damage. Obviously, it's seen better days. It's flaking off. This was probably hit on the bottom half, right? You can see the bottom, it's pretty rough. Problem with fiberglass bumpers is anytime you get pressure from the bottom, that pressure has to transfer somewhere, and obviously it's gonna go to wherever it can escape, right? So if it gets hit here, it's gonna fold it, push all that energy that way. This time, it happened to be the corner of the bumper. Now everything else is good, right? Just the bottom's a little scratched up, and everything else looks pretty decent, right? So what I'm gonna do is flip it over and show you again the backside. All right, y'all. So this is gonna be the repair area. Obviously this was previously repaired. So you can see there's some old fiberglass under the backside here. And this don't look too bad, right? Obviously this was before on the outside. So you can see the outside real quick. And then this is gonna be inside. It don't look that bad, but if you push it, it came apart. Look at that. So we're gonna have to grind all this out, and then I'm gonna reapply that way. And to be smart, I'm gonna tape this outside area here. That way it doesn't flex while I'm trying to take all this extra material out from the backside. So I'll come back after I get the grinder set up. So normally I'll be using one of these with some 36 grit on the end, but apparently I don't have any at the moment. So I'm gonna use my Dremel tool. You'll probably get one of these at Harbor Freight, but they're pretty cool. So I'm gonna hook it up to the air nozzle, and I'm gonna take it and take all this out. Sorry. Let me take all that out. I'm gonna V it out. I call it a V, where it's low in the middle and high on the sides. Kind of like a valley in the middle. It'll open that hole up again, which will allow me to lie more of this fiberglass on the backside when I get done. I'm also gonna sand all this down too. I'm probably gonna go a little bit wider from end to end with the fiberglass to make it strong, straight across. So I'm gonna lay the fiberglass hair down and then resin. So I'll do that next. But first I'm gonna do this, okay? So, this is an important step that most people forget. When you have an area like this, you still have to sand everything around it, or the resin and the fiberglass aren't gonna stick to it. So I'm gonna take this grinder, it's got 36 grit, sand all that down. Make sure you wear goggles and a mask. This stuff smells terrible. But I'm gonna zoom out. Bam. You can see what I've done. This layer here, that green layer, is body filler. This layer outside is all the resin, and the little hairs are the fiberglass hairs. I don't know if you can see that. That's fiberglass. All that's fiberglass. You can see the hairs. This is the resin that you pour over the fiberglass, and that's body filler. So it's open now, right? And what I did was on this other side, I taped it so you can see right through it. See that hole? See the light? There's my crack. I know exactly where it is now. Sorry, bad focus. So now I'm gonna lay fiberglass on the inside of that panel. Try to go wide, like really wide, probably way out here and up and behind, because it's cracked right here too. So I'll get all that and make it look good. Then tomorrow I'll come back and shape it out. As you can see, it's got some issues down there too. But I don't know how some people do their fiberglass. On purpose, I over pour. So like these hairs shouldn't be loose, right? I pour wider and I add more hair for durability. But that's just how I do it. This one, like I said before, has been repaired somewhere else. So we're just gonna try to take care of the major issue, which is that one. Hopefully these don't have any problems later. As you can see, a lot of hair just hanging out for no reason. Same there too. But yeah, we on it. We're gonna make it look pretty. I'm gonna take my mask off. You can see it even better now. Look at that. That is all body filler on the outside. Whew. So I'm gonna try to correct everything, make it look good, and hopefully it'll last a little bit longer. Fiberglass, man, you gotta be careful with these. They really don't last. They're not really durable, especially for a low car. They're not low car friendly at all. But you know, you end up just repairing this thing 100 times. So I don't make a hot mess all over the floor, I got this board down here. Because when I start pouring the resin, as you can see, I laid it upside down. I'm gonna pour the resin right here, and I know some of it's gonna pour in directions I don't want it to. So I'm gonna probably put like a piece of piece of tape here to try to block it. Hopefully I can just keep it right here in the center, but we'll see what happens. All right, y'all, I was looking for my gloves, but I'm not having much luck. So we're just gonna keep moving on. This is the fiberglass mat. This fiberglass mat, if you'll notice, matches the hair over here. I call it hair. So I'm gonna lay that inside, obviously. Once I get done with that, I'm gonna mix up some resin. All right, so we're gonna pour this in a cup, and we're gonna measure out the liquid hardener, which you need. Without hardener, This particular stuff won't dry. I don't know if I can open it with one hand. Let's try. Yes. I'm running low on cups, so I'm just going to use this cup for today. This one I had resin in already, so no big deal. But you can check it out. See how it's flowing? That's what it looks like. That's resin. Probably over poured it, but that's okay. I'll probably pour some back in there later, but that's just so you can see what it looks like. Right? You're gonna add fiberglass, the resin hardener in there. Mix it up, and I'm gonna pour it there. So, give me one sec. So, I'll put a little bit of hardener in there, and I'm gonna start mixing that. But in the meantime, I wanna give you a tip. Whenever you're doing these, you wanna have multiple layers of fiberglass. Some people only do one. This isn't strong enough if you're gonna have a car that is low and end up in an accident hitting something. You're gonna need multiple. So here's one. I think I have another 4 here randomly cut out, right? So one by one, I'm gonna lay one at a time. We'll lay one, put resin. Lay 2, put resin. Lay 3, put resin. So on and so forth, till I get it how I want it. Once it's thick enough, I know that if it gets hit again, more than likely it won't break in that same spot. It'll be stronger than before. So always lay multiple layers, always lay resin in between each layer. Hopefully this works. You can kind of see what I'm doing. Layer 1. Whew. It's hot in here, y'all. Can you see the difference? Try to stand on the side. It's kind of hard to do so without blocking it. Most people do this with a paintbrush, by the way. I don't have one today, so I improvise. All right, I'm gonna show you what it looks like up close. Ready? So that's what it looks like. Notice there's no bubbles or anything like that. You can still see through it. So that's why I need to keep adding layers. So that's why I have extra over here. And I'll apply it there. But notice how I laid mine. And then look next to it. See how there's still hair all over the place? But I laid a lot of resin on that on purpose. I don't want this to have any issues later. I want it to stay as long as it'll stay together. To make it easier, I'm going to lay the next couple layers since I don't have a way to hold my camera tight. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like after another like 4 layers that I'm gonna add. All right, you guys. I have layered about 5 of those. And you see that hole that was there before. You see how nice, and you can't really see it anymore. I'm gonna have to trim this up here though, because it kind of went over, but that's all good. I'll cut it right around the rim, or I'll use a Dremel tool. And then since I had some leftover resin, I poured it over the top of the other spots that were cracking, or that weren't really hard before, so I added a little bit more there. So that should be good. And I'll start working on this thing again tomorrow, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be clean. I'll leave the tape overnight too. Tomorrow I'll untape it so I don't have all that on there. And then I'll shape the front half of it in the next video, or maybe the same video, I don't know yet. We'll just, we'll see how it's going, you know? I might split it up. I might run it all together. If it's a short video, if it's like 10 minutes or something like that. But, I got caught. Anyway, I also have to attack the bottom here, which is all this. Clean all that up. I don't know if he has more of these, so I'm gonna contact him today about taking those on and off. If I need to take them off, I will. If not, then I'll leave them on. All right, y'all. I'm out. That's it. Day 1. Wow, it's drying already. It's awesome. I would use a brush if it mattered, but this is a backside of a bumper. Doesn't matter. If you want it to be nice and smooth like the front side, you use a brush, but this is perfect. All right, I'm gonna let that dry. It's hot outside. I'll see y'all soon. So we got the part all done up with resin. I gotta do some trimming. I don't know how well you can see that, but trim. That way it fits right next to the headlight like it used to. But all this is solid. And all this also solid. I feel like that lady Betty that be tapping on the car parts. Anyway, you can see where the hole was right here. See where I just covered it? Solid. So now I need to shape it out. This is gonna be me sanding this out and getting rid of this. All this extra. So I'm sanding that out. I may record it, but I don't know how I'm really gonna record it. I have my tripod, but I don't have a way to like hold it right here. So I gotta take all this off, and then we should be good. Then I'm gonna lay body filler, then I'm gonna shape it. Then I'm gonna primer this whole section, including the top half too. All that. I haven't decided if this is gonna be part 2 or if I'm gonna loop this all together. So we just gonna make it do what it do, baby. I gotta come in here and get my mask, and because you always want to protect yourself, some of you wear a mask while I'm sanding. I'm gonna be sanding with probably 80 grit because it's fiberglass. The reason I do 80 grit is because 36 or 40 is gonna leave scratches that are gonna be way too deep. So I'm figuring if I go with 80 grit, I'll be able to knock it down pretty nice and even, lay some body filler on that, shape that with a block, probably some 80 grit again, do 180 grit, and then after I sand it 180, I shouldn't have any deep scratches. I'll primer it and go from there. So stay tuned. All right, y'all, got my camera back. So I flipped it over so you can see better, and I'm actually happy I did this because if you look closely, I found some spider cracks in there. Kind of hard to pick up on the camera. I don't know if you can see it at the last second, but yeah, there they go. I'm gonna have to fix those too, and some more spider cracks up here as well. That's stress. So more than likely that bumper, when it hit the bottom, it stretched and pushed itself outward, and that happened when it protruded. But the weakest point, obviously, was right there, and it decided to break there. Fortunately, ain't nothing you can do about these. They're fiberglass. It just happens. Oh, look, there's more up here. So it looks like I'll be doing this whole corner over, more than I thought. And I'm going to repair everything under the bottom half still. So let me try to put my camera down. I think I got a way to prop it up. I'll prop it up in a chair or something like that, and then you can see me as I'm sanding that down. So realizing that that is a previous repair. This is an air bubble. And then when I hit it with a blower tool, it began to chip all the body filler off. So I'm gonna sand it, hopefully get that smooth. I'm gonna fill this in with some fiberglass tiger hair stuff. That'll get that straight, and then I'll do a light skim of body filler here. And I might have to do there too, depending on what that looks like. I don't know, I may prime it first, but we'll see. Also, I wanna show you what that looks like while I got a chance. That's this. Yeah, see the hairs in it? Yeah. Here, listen to that. So it's not like regular body filler. It actually has hairs in it, and those hairs is what makes it stronger, holds it together. This is the Fiberfill pull. I'll flip this camera around again later, but it's the Fiberfill or Fiberglass sandable fiberglass filler. So that's what I'm using. Gotta fill that hole in because it's too deep to just put body filler in it. All it's gonna do is crack again. So once I do that, I'll show you what that looks like, and then I think I'm gonna be done for the day. I gotta go get my kid one. My other ones are good. So yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I get done. Wait, the Fiberglass light has been applied. That is gonna fill in that hole, that giant hole that I had. And I filled in another little spot there too. So tomorrow I'll come back and sand that, add body filler across it, and then I'll sand that even, make it look pretty. And primer. There's got a lot of other little spots too, but I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna make it look good. Take all this off. I'm gonna repair that. Got some chips too, but I'll probably repair that as well. And little, I have to. If I don't fix it, I'm gonna be going crazy. So I might as well just do what I do. Make it look good. Man, make sure you like and subscribe to this stuff. I'm gonna do this anyway because I like to document what I'm doing for myself. But if you could like, subscribe, share, whatever you gotta do to make this blow up, that'd be great. I'd really appreciate you for that. All right, man, I'm moving. I got stuff to do. Peace.